Welcome back. So, this is a different time. We're back to our regular time of potting. Because normally me and Uzzle, Justin, have been in this joint at fucking midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, getting it in. You know, this time we back in the AM. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and smack the intro so we can get busy. Welcome. We back with the latest episode of the Redeem Yourself podcast.
Hey, what's going on? This is Jared.
The trio is officially back.
This is Justin. And this is...
I don't have to say much, you know the vibes. Salute. Welcome, everybody. How are you all? What's going on? I guess officially now I'm back to starting to my right. What's up, Gina? How are you?
I'm wonderful. I've had a really busy last couple of weeks and celebrated my birthday and 6 years sober. So it's been exciting. I'm in a new relationship, so that's all new as well. I don't know, just a lot of movement in life suddenly.
See, I'm glad that, well, first of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You know, I told you. Congrats. You said 6 years.
6 years.
Big salute. Big round of applause again. Happy 6 years. Congrats.
That's huge.
So you've been doing a lot of celebrating here recently, huh?
A lot of working, but yes, celebrating. Went and person I'm dating went and got me a cabin out in the woods.
Oh, he got you a cabin. Damn,
really
that's not
nice.
how I heard the story, but go ahead.
Really nice cabin and with the water and the
You hear
hot
that
tub and oatmeal rice and cookies and just enjoying
Living
ourselves.
life.
Yeah,
As y'all should, man.
and cupcakes. I also ate a lot of cupcakes.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I had a lot of sugar.
Yeah. Detox is going to be hell.
It was. It was like the first couple of days coming back. I'm like, oh, I'm miserable.
Nah, that shit going to be like that.
I'm good now, though.
Nah, that's what's
I'm
up.
gonna fuck it up all today at lunch, so.
Hey, keep the train going because, you know, Monday we back to business.
Yes.
Back to business. Well, how are you, my good sir? To my left, Justin.
All right. I am hanging in there.
Good, man.
Yeah. We're making do.
Making do, man. I think that's the gist of everybody. Just making do. Getting
Yeah,
by.
I mean, it could be worse. I went to Celebration of Life yesterday. That's what I'm doing later this afternoon as well. A bunch of us are getting together. And it was beautiful. So,
A lot of love in the room.
oh yeah.
That's
So that was pretty awesome.
man.
And I wasn't sad. I guess I accepted it. It was closure, I guess.
Mhm.
It was nice.
That's what's up, man. Glad that y'all were able to have that moment. You know, under the circumstances, it sucks. You know,
Yeah.
prayers to the family involved, all the loved ones. Loss of life is never like a
Easy.
good thing. Yeah, you know, but able to celebrate one's life full of love and laughter is always a plus. So, for me, yeah, man, I'm doing well.
Yeah,
I can't
how are
complain.
you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel like,
You sticking with your workout routine?
yes, sir. Just Cameron told y'all last time, man. I got humbled by that side view. Uzzle fucked me up, man. I saw that gut hanging out on camera.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh, man, yo, it is go time. So 2 weeks in, you know, yesterday was treat day. So I indulged a little bit. And today I'm so ready just to go home, eat some vegetables and drink a bunch of water. Celebrate, you know, our oldest daughter's birthday this week. Having a little do that at the crib and sit my ass still. But as far as life, everything's well, man. I feel like I'm in a big manifestation, like meditation period where like weird occurrences are just starting to like open up, and how I feel overall is definitely like mentally healthy, I'd say.
That's so interesting.
Bro, it's an interesting aspect, but like once you open that kind of gateway, y'all heard me. I'm big into law of attraction. I'm big into.
That's like that. What
What's
I
up?
mean by interesting is like I was just having this conversation. It's weird this comes up, but like this is the first time in my life I've ever felt lost.
Really?
At I don't know what direction. With all this downtime I've had, I've like really like taken an introspective look. Like, does this fucking make me happy? Is this what I really want to be doing for the rest of my life? I'm not getting any younger. Like, so I've like been like some serious soul searching, I guess.
But it's beautiful that, you know, like, so I'm always on the other side of that perspective, right? It's like, so if I'm sitting in that moment, the flip side of that is, damn, now I have time to do the things that I never had time to do before. And
yeah, granted, but like it's still doing all the hobbies I want to do, but doesn't still put me in a direction. You know, like when I got sober, I had a direction, move forward, get healthy, change my habits. Now I'm just
living.
What do I do?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I could be working out and all this other shit, but that's like,
it's part of it.
That's part of it. But it's like when you have no sense of like
your day to day.
Yeah, I mean, like my fucking sleep schedule's fucked up. I mean, it's just interesting, like looking at it from, let's say, if I was still drinking, this would be no problem. I'd be coming in here disheveled, definitely forgot 30 things, like fucking smelling
You
like.
would be in here?
I don't know.
No, bro, fucking 9 o'clock in the morning ain't no way in hell,
actually,
my boy.
I'd never slept in. I'd wake up just.
And go?
Yeah.
Smelling like yesterday?
Oh, smelling like the liquor.
Regret.
Community service.
The pop collar.
Sunglasses
the black
on. Last night was mad real.
Everybody's like, you have no dignity. I'm like, dog, I lost that a long time ago.
I don't have a lot of shit. Thank God for sobriety.
Yeah. It's like, if I was still drinking, like, God knows where I'd end up, you know?
True that.
Right.
With this
where you're
depression, you know?
Right. You're not prepared for, you know, these moments that life throws at you.
But I was genuinely fucked up by, like, this loss, right? Like, this is the first time in my life, not the first time in my life, but, like, shit is sinking in. Like, life's not getting any... Life is getting shorter for me. Like, I'm at the threshold. I'm at the threshold. I'm 35 years old. I'm on the fucking decline, basically.
I think it's perspective, bro.
I'm just
You know
saying,
what I'm
as a
saying?
whole, I'm just saying as a whole, it's just like, if I was still drinking, who knows where the fuck I'd be. I'd be in jail doing something wild. You know what I mean? Like, it would not be, and thank God for me being sober is what I'm saying, is like, I can have these thoughts and
be cool with them.
Yeah.
And figure it out.
Yeah, not have to, like, go chase a bottle.
Right. And not deal with it.
And not chase my feelings away.
Got you.
That never really works, you know?
And what I hear you saying, bro, is like, although it's somewhat scary for you, is what it sounds like, but also I hear like it's a beautiful space to be in because your life has been so directed. You dig what I'm saying? So now, as creative as you are, bro, you do have the time, the resources to go in there. I saw you the other day in a welding class or some shit, like piecing something together, which I know just in conversation, that's something that you shared, that you have interest in learning and being more efficient at. So I don't know, dog. The more you sit with yourself and those feelings and those thoughts, in my eyes, that's when everything starts to open up. You know, like especially with me and meditating. I think last podcast we were talking about 2 times before, and we were trying to see what 2023 would bring. And I said, yo, I want to be on TV. Like, I really like that shit. I go see Jody at Point 5 just randomly. You know what I'm saying? Walk in, there's a camera crew. Like, nah, I don't want this. She's like, no, get in here, get this interview. So it's like, bro, this is legit kind of crazy. So is it, some people will say, yo, that's just chance. In my head, I'm like, bro, I just spoke about this literally a week ago. You know what I mean? So it's like continuing to grow in that phase of the things that you want to obtain. And that's why like doors and the universe itself just started to open them for you like super unexpectedly, yo. So you're in a good spot.
So maybe I just need to narrow down small short-term goals.
Yeah.
To tack those, and then maybe that'll help me clear my head.
Word, bro, because how do you do anything, man? You're not going to get to the big picture the next day.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, all right, I need
Just
to
start
do.
by working out.
That's it. If I wake up today and walk around my neighborhood for 15 minutes, yo, I did something, and it's 1% better than yesterday. Because at the end result for me, right, is that every single day, on a day I don't feel like doing shit,
You better go.
I got to do something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it is just like, all right, let me get my ass outside and walk the dogs. Because, you know, we got a yard, so I'll just let them fuck around. But if I walk the dogs, yo, I did something that I didn't do the day before. Or can I add an extra client here? Can I reach out to somebody I haven't talked to in a while? Like, what is it? And then just by doing that, for me, I have to feel progressive. So if I'm not doing anything and I am in that space where I'm depressed and these emotions, bro, I sink fast, and I sink really fast. So I gotta maintain that way, even when there's no direction. So hell yeah, bro, just one step at a time. Do that shit and you'll see changes.
Hell yeah.
Sip this wake up juice. Now, with you, ma'am, you've been gone a long time. Catch us up. You know, you celebrated the birthday. You celebrated the other birthday.
Yeah, so
Hung out in the woods.
we went glamping. I guess you know,
What'd
it was
you call it?
gorgeous glamping
What is
because
that?
it's in the woods. You're kind of it's the concept of camping, but you're not in a tent. You know, you're
Talking
in a
to
very
your
nice,
microphone, man.
established place.
Like she
Yeah, that's
forgot
all
how
we
to
wanted to
podcast,
do.
yo.
Aaron asked me, you know, what do you want to do? You want to go here? I'm like, I don't want shit. He's like, do you want to coach bag? Do you want to? I'm like, I don't want any of that. I want to get out of the city.
It's glamorous. Glamorous camping.
I want to roast marshmallows. I want to let
My
Sweetie,
dog
which is
pulling
his
out the
dog,
stops.
just be a dog and run around. And you know, see all the stars. It was a full moon. It was perfect. It's what I needed to
Cool little
recharge,
escape.
to smell wood in the cabin, like that's, and to make fires. Like, it's amazing.
Nah,
And
that's sweet.
the town was like a Hallmark movie. Like everywhere we went, people were just so friendly, and they all had like the same type of like mountain hiking gear kind of clothes everywhere.
Flannel shirts,
Yeah.
jeans
And-
with the holes, and boots.
Yeah, we went into this one coffee shop because Aaron wanted to get coffee, and I realized I'm like hanging around and I'm staring. I realized, oh shit, we're in like a Jesus coffee shop. It's like make Jesus famous again, huge lettering, and I started just like panning around the walls. I'm like, oh wow, okay, I guess this is what we're doing here. So it was really, and I bought a bunch of veteran stuff. There was this shop that was ran by a veteran, and I got hot sauce and beef jerky, and that was great. My son said the kombucha I bought that day, oof, it was rough. It was rough.
Would you
I got
bring
a
it
couple
back to
sips in, and then I forced Aaron to try it. I'm like, something's wrong with this. You drink it. He's like, bleh.
Yo, I got some kombucha in my fridge. What is that?
Okay, so it's fermented. I don't know, fermented something. And the fermentation in every culture is really good for your gut health. So lots of probiotics, prebiotics, really helps with digestion, balancing out the acidity throughout your digestive tract.
Yeah. And she said, "Oh, girl ain't gonna glow up."
And so
It's an inside joke.
It's the inside joke.
so anything fermented does
Check back in 6 months. I'll have further details.
anything fermented does have a slight alcohol, but it's no more than what's in soy sauce. So I never would touch it because I knew it had a very small percent, and I didn't feel comfortable letting that in my body. But now, you know,
Wait, soy
Having
sauce has what in it?
it has an alcohol, like a sugar alcohol, something. But
Damn.
yeah, so that was something that, you know, I actually, you know, enjoy not having to eat sauerkraut or kimchi. So I know culturally it's important that, you know, fermented foods
It's
are really
very
good for your
for
health.
the gut
Very good
biome.
for your health
Yeah. All right.
and immune system. So I just don't really enjoy
It's
those
like an
things as
elevated
much.
probiotic.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all
So
it is. It makes you shit.
It does not.
You're a liar.
I just have chemical warfare on my staff.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if I drink it, and somebody who's never drank it, you don't think it's not going to wreck my insides?
Here, let's give it to Jared and test it on the next one.
Yeah. Holy shit! You should
See
drink
how
it. Please
fast-
drink it.
Kombucha. I'll bring the
It does
bottle
have an
in here.
expiration date
Oh, well, let me check that because that shit been sitting there for a minute. And
But
every day I'm like, what
I
the
haven't
fuck is
opened
this?
it though. Should
They
we-
have it everywhere now.
Yeah, it's
Well, I see it
everywhere.
a lot. You know
And
what I'm
it's really,
saying?
but to be honest, it is really good for instead of taking probiotics, like people, some people,
pills? Yeah.
So a lot of times those are synthetic,
Right.
like those aren't natural.
Right.
But like kimchi, what is
Sauerkraut.
sauerkraut are natural ways
Probiotic, heal the gut health.
yeah.
And we need it.
And it
I
all
mean,
starts in the gut.
And they say
Everything.
that's better.
We're more host than human.
Yeah,
With
but it
how
like
many
regulates
microorganisms
everything,
we have.
not just like gut health,
Bro, I'm
but
going
like,
to sip some when I get
And let
home.
me tell you, alcohol,
but it does regulate you.
and drinking as a heavy drinker before and what that does to your microbiome and your gut health.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are horror stories to me when I think of all the things I just wrecked and depleted my body of. So,
They also say like that's one thing. They also say it helps your sleep, like affects
Oh,
everything.
Like gut health.
oh,
Yeah.
everything.
So I
it's
need
like
to
these
get on
little
the
things
kombucha
are
wagon.
controlling your cravings. They're controlling your moods. They're controlling your sleep patterns, your energy
When I was
levels.
deep into this shit, they
It's
make
like, woof.
probiotics for your teeth.
Really?
Yeah, for your mouth health.
Everything. Like it's we really need it.
So
You
you
know,
chew these tablets,
Mhm.
and apparently, that I mean, it's not proven science, but like they say it helps bring back all the healthy bacteria in your mouth naturally
so your
grows.
teeth get
And
their enamel.
Yeah, like pretty much brings your health teeth back to fully healthy.
I mean, if you look at the holistic view of food is medicine and how we've gotten so far away from that, it's not surprising. you
Yeah,
know,
but
that-
you look people in the Amazon, a lot of those people have perfectly straight teeth.
yes, because
like, strong
breathe,
teeth.
They breathe according to their bone structure
It's
is
crazy.
better. They're, I mean, yeah.
Granted, they do get like root canals and shit, but like as a whole,
They're just overall healthy
Yeah.
people because
Not-
of the way they
just
live.
naturally.
Yeah,
this
but they
is
may
our
not
life.
live
This is our
longer.
lifestyle,
but like
Right.
And so now, trying to
because they don't have all that
manufacture-
processed sugar and shit.
Mhm. Shit coming right out the plant.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
So getting to treat myself. It's only when I was at Costco with my son that I sampled kombucha for the first time because I just didn't feel comfortable until I really read into it. That it's really not like alcohol. Calm down. I get more alcohol, sugars, and the keto shit I eat. So, but that was something that I was like, oh, I do like this taste, and it is a replacement for having to I will pour hot sauce all over my kimchi, which is already spicy anyway. I just don't like the sour texture. I don't know.
I don't like none of that shit.
No, yeah, so kombucha, I love that. I'm like, oh, this is great. Okay, this is
That's what's
something I
up.
can work with.
I
So,
feel
yeah, just
very
enjoying
educated
that.
now.
But yeah, the kombucha I had there was
Not good.
not great. it was not mixed right or something, and it was hard to to get a piece
Brought
of
back some
down.
memory. You're like, whoa,
I was like, ugh, yeah, exactly.
won't be doing this again.
I was like, why am I forcing myself to get this down for some effect?
Yeah,
And I was
fuck
like,
all
ew,
that.
threw that in trash right away.
Figure something else out. Well, hell yeah. Let's
it was
dive in. What's up?
It was amazing though. Just walking around the whole town, going to see Luray Caverns, getting to find. You know how many years before when I lived here as a happily married woman? That's a lie because I was never
I
happily
was about
married.
to say.
But a married woman that I wanted to go to Luray Caverns, and I would, schedule, a little getaway with the boys, and my ex-husband now. And there was always something that came up. So I just gave up on it. So this was, in a weird way, it was like almost 20 years in the making that I really wanted to see this. And Aaron's like, I will make this happen.
That's what's up.
And he did.
Yeah, we went over the summer, and it was cool. Like I had always wanted to go too, so we took the kids up there. Some of the kids couldn't take everybody, but the ones
All
that
13 of them.
yeah, bro, we couldn't get the what do they call them? Sprinter vans weren't available to get the whole family up, so we went up there, enjoyed walking around the
That
cabin.
bitch is expensive to rent.
Sprinter vans, bro, they're lease that you can buy them cheaper than some cars.
Bro, I rented one to go to New York. It cost me $1,000 for a week.
That's
That
not
ain't too bad, bro.
at all.
Bro.
Regular rental cars.
How many
are
people
more
was
than
in
that.
there with you?
No one.
So you took a Sprinter van by yourself?
Yeah.
Why?
Took my motorcycle up to New York. But it's expensive because like you can get a rental car I got a rental car for $700.
Mm-hmm.
like for
Yeah, but you can't
two
fit your
weeks.
bike
Can't
in that
haul
trunk.
a motorcycle in that rental car.
I'm just saying. They're
Yeah.
Or like
expensive
a
as fuck
bunch
to
of
rent.
kids.
Like if you look at what you towed, like in towed.
I'm just saying they're expensive as fuck to rent, and they're expensive. And they're expensive
Relative.
to buy. If you get a Mercedes,
Oh, I knew
Mercedes.
somebody
Them shits are
who's
sweet.
like they live in
yeah, but they're
Virginia
like
Beach, but
fucking
works here.
$85,000.
Bro, that's not
It
bad
was all
though.
decked out too. They had like a sleeper in there.
That's
and, like,
not
yeah.
bad.
Nah, bro, 85 bands for
Mobile
something.
A
house.
completely
Yeah.
empty van.
Oh, it doesn't have seating or nothing.
No, I mean you can get ones with the seats,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ones with the seating were like 60.
bro. That's like no amenities.
Man, shit, what they need in the back seat? All these fucking iPhones and what you need? What do you need back there? Fuck.
But no, they're hella expensive.
Yeah, well,
Oh, so let me ask.
go ahead. Ask away, sir.
Didn't you say you were going to make a plan to get out of the restaurant industry?
Oh.
Yes.
How is that going?
You know, we always say, you know, one bite at a time. You know, don't overwhelm yourself. So I looked into the certifications I needed. They were closed out for the 2022. So I've been in communication, and they're changing their proctor, and it doesn't go live until March. So in the meantime, I'm working on changing my name back, which I've already started that process. I worked on taking the class I needed for my handgun so I can go file for my concealed carry permit. So I'm waiting to hear back from that. I have my inspection due this month I need to get done. So basic things like that where it's like I have little and then I have long term. I am easy on myself because I realize sometimes I would be so critical and it'd make me, you know, put me in a really bad mood when in fact what I counsel others on throughout, you know, my job working with the recovery houses, you know, in the line of work I do, that I realized, you know, watching them a year later and it started with, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know. And the talks I would give them and the check-ins I would do, and I actually had to start utilizing that yourself. And writing it down, having a plan, devoting X amount of minutes of it a day, nothing overwhelming. Because, it started with, I do Yiddish practice with Duolingo, you know, 10, 20, sometimes 30 minutes a day. And I really enjoyed that. And I realized that that's all it takes, you know, set aside, just do it. And you realize, you know, I'm 148 days straight, you know, doing my little hobby Yiddish practice. So, you know, just realizing that, you know, to enjoy the now, because a big problem I had when I was married was planning the next event and always feeling stressed out and running this kid to that and doing this to that and having the perfect house and having the perfect workout routine and the perfect, you know, 4-course dinner on the table every night, that I didn't know how to be in the now and present. So even though I have these goals and they are very important to me, I'm learning to say, what is it in this moment today that I can really cherish? Because it's all about making memories. And that's why I didn't want things and stuff for my birthday. I wanted a memory.
Want an experience.
Yeah, that I look back and I'm like, man, that just makes me smile. I can feel how cold the night air was sitting in that jacuzzi and looking up at the stars. And it was like perfect. And that's what matters to me. So I'm really, you know, harnessing, you know, in this stage of my life, the things that matter to me. And right now the restaurants do pull a lot of my energy. And so without feeling down, you know, that, you know, I'm giving so much away, I just work on these goals throughout the day, working on my resume. That's actually been the hardest obstacle for some reason. So I've been doing my research and how I want to word things and putting a couple out, you know, minutes. Sometimes that's all I have in a day to, you know, framing that. And hopefully I want to, by this coming week, get that done. And start submitting and just seeing what's out there, because you don't know if you don't play, you know, a concept. You know, I can't say I believe that we were the co-creators of our destiny if I'm not willing to move the energy in that direction. Nothing happens by sedentary, you know, mindset.
Yeah, you got to pray on it and take action.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like the thief. It's like it's supposed to happen, but if you're not moving in the direction that it's guided, and ain't nothing gonna change. That's what's up. Sound like you do got a plan and you working that plan. So
thank you.
As long as we keep
Hell
doing
yeah.
this. What'd you say?
I said, hell yeah.
Hell
mean-
yeah. You got a
Do
thought
it.
there?
Yeah, do it. Get out.
Get her done.
I mean, we love
Ain't that what the
our
kids say?
relationships with the restaurant. You know, like you fall in love with
They're
it.
obsessive, yes, because
it's
they're
like-
so dynamic all at once.
I mean, but like also like you don't realize how much it consumes you.
It does. It takes a lot of your energy, and
You're married to it.
yeah, you are. I'm on
It's
call.
fucked up.
I'm on call at all hours. Even when I was on vacation, I'm still coaching my key holder through.
Yeah,
When I
it's like
arrive
you
in
don't get a
town-
break,
And you don't.
and you are
never
the
quite relax.
everybody calls you because you have the answer,
Yes.
and it's like, dog, I trained you to deal with this, but then again, you signed up for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's a give take, but they just, to be honest, unless you own that shit, they take, and
Yes,
never give
it is.
back.
It's taking my time. It's not, equitable in the long run.
I mean,
Lack of
shit.
benefits,
I
lack
feel
of
it. It's
sleep,
fuck that. Get
Yeah,
out of there.
energy. Yeah.
That's not what we call a win-win
And
relationship.
dealing with sometimes the customers themselves can be
Granted.
like the worst human beings on the
There's
face of the earth
beautiful-
to interact with.
Yeah, but also there is beautiful
Great
aspect.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful people.
Everything's got good and bad, you know. But
But I
if it's a thief of your time,
Yes, and
Is the-
that's something that right now I'm like, I value me, so this is really
Yeah.
important that I need to start focusing on what's the next best thing that brings peace, works with my schedule, allows me to be creative and to be helpful to, people around me.
mm-hmm.
And right now, like with my sister being sick yesterday, I had a restaurant to run, so I couldn't just go like I wanted to and scoop her up. I forced my mom to go, but I want to have that flexibility where I can
Right.
be there for the people who matter. Because at the end of the day, the customers I see and the restaurant itself and the boss I'm trying to please, they're not going to matter in the long run. And that's what bothers me because I know this.
Mm-hmm.
But I am forging connections with great people that I work with on my staff and getting to watch them grow and flourish because a majority of them are in recovery. That has been really,
Rewarding.
yes, incredibly heartwarming.
But now it's time
rewarding.
for you.
And now
Reward
it's time
yourself.
for me to take my advice and start to exit
Yeah.
stage left.
In time, which is a great segue, taking your time with things. You brought up a topic, chasing, and then Justin right on cue said, like waterfalls. And I was going to play the song, but in fear of our shit being taken down, because you scared me, I'm not going to do it. And just let Gina rock with it so we have an explanation of what this means.
Well, as a person in society, we are geared, that you should be chasing these goals. You should be chasing this dream. And in reality, you end up chasing feelings and you end up chasing people and you end up chasing the fear of disappointment and the feel goods and the conveniences. And, as you start to develop those tendencies and then becoming an addict, it's not overnight, but you definitely have something intrinsically within you that makes you an addict or an alcoholic, either, that you start chasing that last high or that first high or that sense of relief or a sense of escapism or that great social interaction that you had like one time out of 100 going to the bar or, the concept of what you think you want. And after running through, all of these realities, you realize you've been chasing what's already been within you all along. And that's something that I just love in recovery, that coming to that understanding that I'm, right within the world, I'm right within my peace of mind within self.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the best discovery. And even though like I'm not exactly where I want to be in, my life goals, I feel very content that possibility is still so new and so
Right.
fresh and still there because I'm not diluting myself with toxins and alcohol and drugs and negativity and bad people and low vibrational conversations. The world really is just waiting to be enjoyed and had. And that's because I'm in recovery.
Yo, that is very well said. Very well said. Like, no lie, I almost got emotional with that drink.
What did you taste and what did you realize?
Myself, much of the same. A lot of my addiction issues came from, one, trying to chase the fear, or trying to chase not being alone.
Yeah.
Trying to fill a void that clearly could not be filled with substances.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So no matter how life was going, good or bad, it was something that I felt like I needed. You know, like, oh no, I need this because this sucks. Like, so let me go get high. Let me not deal with it. Let me not think about it. Oh no, my relationship's going sour. Let me just go get fucked up and not deal with it. You know, like, what's the easiest way back then was, if you can't face it, replace it. Right.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
we all meet at the bar. Somebody there is probably along the same pathway. I'm hurt, you hurt. You know, let's hurt together, at least for the night. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was it. Just a lot of like empty and still feeling empty. And I think that was the saddest part. Like, I could do so much, no matter how fun, quote unquote, the night was, or how blacked out I got that night, or what we were into, chaos, no chaos. Like, I still would be the next day empty, you know? So it was constantly chasing that. Or if you had like a monster, like raging party that was so fun, in my head, how my addiction worked, I had to figure something out to make that memory come back. And you never could. It's kind of like the first time doing a drug, man. That first time, it felt probably phenomenal. That's why I went back, you know, and then I never received that feeling again. Like, each time progressively got worse, and the emptier I felt inside. And to your point, filling that void came from within, you know, me really digging deep and doing some internal searching, looking myself in the mirror and saying, hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Salute to Taylor Swift. Swifty. Yeah, yo, like, just that vibe, man. Getting around people much smarter than me. Getting around people who could show me a different walk of life. Entering conversations that I wasn't privy to before, you know, because all of our conversations resolved around one thing. Like, how drunk can we get? Where can we find this? Now it's
obnoxious, how shock and awe, how crazy.
Dramified, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now it's like, you know, let's build something. You know, my favorite word in recovery is options. Because my options in addiction were highly limited. You know, wasn't employable, you know, because of my record and my past and my mistakes. And I was, what do they call that shit when you show up or don't show up? Not undependable. Is that a word? Is that a word? You don't know?
It's not.
It's not. All right, well, I was not dependable. Like, you couldn't depend on me for shit. You know, like, I remember vividly. Unreliable.
There we go.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank God, Uzzle.
Man woke up just in time to give me the dick. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
He's cool, calm, and collected over there.
Just over there, laid back.
Chilling.
Dr. Dre, chilling. But hell yeah, like, I would ask my many of bosses that I had, like, yo, I need more hours. And they would give them to me, and I just wouldn't show up. You know, like, what happened? Oh, you asked me for this? No, I got too drunk. You know, I slept in. Like, it was just a rough pattern. You know?
That, what you just said, though, you still got what you asked for.
Yeah, I got it.
And we learn to reframe what we're asking for in life now, because we will get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love that. That's power.
Yeah, I take action with it now. Like, if I ask for something, I'm going to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And that, my option, right? Because I still could pray on something. My situation may not be the greatest, but I don't complain about it as much without doing something about it. Now, if I've tried to do everything in my power to change my circumstance and the shit still ain't changing, then I'm going to just do something else. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Where you're like, okay, all signs are pointing to the obvious that we need to switch gears.
Yeah, like
here.
this just ain't it.
And that's still an option.
Yeah,
because
options.
you're in recovery.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it brings it back. Like, that's my favorite word in recovery, is that I got options, you know, controlling my narrative. And then also, like, I don't say the Serenity Prayer a lot, but knowing what I can't control. Like, why would you want to control all of this shit?
Right. And that's power. It's so freeing when you go, wait, I don't have to, involve my energy in every single element and outcome.
I've been doing some step work too. And then step two, it's like a big piece of it where it says, like, giving it to your higher power and then understanding that all is well. And that was so powerful for me because I can sometimes get lost in my thoughts. Like you were saying earlier, Justin, like first time in your life, not having direction or feeling like you don't have direction.
Mm-hmm.
But understanding in that point, like once you step into this lane and you truly believe in the gifts that recovery is offering you, man, all is well. Like I'm here and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
If you can sit there and say, even this moment is exactly as it should be,
Mm-hmm.
releases you from the fear that you don't know what's coming next.
Right.
But you trust, I'm exactly where I need to be for whatever reason. Because I've heard so many great stories from people that thought they were going one way and life, diverted it. They went another, realized this was all meant to happen exactly as it should.
Exactly.
That's truly trusting in a higher power and letting it go.
Man, round of applause. What about you, good sir? What are you?
He's already tuned us.
I mean, chasing can go multitude of different ways how you want to interpret it, right?
Just use your best interpretation.
No, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, my apologies.
What you had said, right? We're always trying to relive what that first high, or relive the old memories of like the glory days.
Yeah.
Is that why? What I was gonna ask was, is that why people get hung up on the glory days? A lot of people I know who still party are like stuck in the past, right? Is that because their alcoholism or their mindset has not let them to grow outside of what they remember?
Bro, it's probably like a mixture of both. Like think of beer goggles as the example. You know what I'm saying? Shit done, and it wasn't as good as it appeared to be once I was sober.
I mean, we had some good times, right?
Had some wild ass times.
But they're like, we should do that again. I'm like,
it's never gonna happen the same, buddy.
It's never gonna hit like that, like it did.
Let
the first
me inform you. That was it. That
Why
was
don't
the
we just
best.
do something, make a new memory?
Right.
That I know. Thank you. You hit the nail on the
Options.
head.
Yeah.
Make new memories. Let that be like the craziest fun adventure.
But I think not just with addiction, people it's hung up on the glory days.
Oh, I've heard people go on and on about like high school, and I'm like, my God, you're in your 40s. Stop.
But
like, stop
like,
it.
They peaked in high school.
Ooh,
but it's like
sad.
you're not. It was
You
like,
was the man, homie.
what the fuck happened to you?
Thank you.
So, but that's like that goes into the whole thing that they're not trying new things. They're not stepping out of that comfort zone. They're not trying to better themselves. So it's like you could probably have some great memories, but you're not willing to go there and take that chance or be uncomfortable. And so like chasing with me and my alcoholism, I was always chasing missing out. I was always afraid I was missing out.
FOMO.
Major key, yeah, FOMO.
I wasn't missing out on shit.
Don't croak out on me, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking dying over here. But when I say missing, I'm good. When I'm saying miss, like during my like full blown going out 4 or 5 nights a week, there won't be shit going on.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid I'm gonna miss it,
bro.
And I'm like, at that point, it's like, bro, you're not invited to shit.
Yeah, I gotta get out the house. Like, what is happening? And I'm gonna try to make
motherfucker,
something
you need
happen.
to do laundry. You smell like yesterday.
I told you, bro. My dog said, man, you smell like community service.
Yeah.
No, it's fucked up.
But yeah, so like, but I also like chased. I wanted that good time that I remembered having, but I never got it because I was just in reality just chasing the drink. And then when it boiled down to it, like towards the end especially, I was just drinking to drink.
Right.
I was chasing the end of that bottle, and one was never enough.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
The FOMO part, right? What really elevated it, FOMO for me, is that if I made a decision to go somewhere else and then you had to hear the story about how crazy some shit was and you weren't there. So you just automatically, in my head, was like, all right, shit, well, I got to go here next time because everybody said this shit was crazy. And then you get there and
Is that the delusion of our disease?
Beer goggles, man.
Or is it a natural fear of for everyone?
I think FOMO can go with everything. Yeah, bro.
I believe that addiction could be likened to other mental illnesses of delusional thinking for sure. And I think that's always so revelatory is when you step back once you're sober and you go, wait, this is what the reality really is.
Right.
And
Clarity.
you kind of feel stupid because you're like, what the fuck was I so invested in and chasing? And it really is very much delusional thinking.
My apologies. That FOMO part was just real big.
No need to apologize. We're having an open-ended conversation. That's the whole point of this. Like, if it makes you have an engaging thought, let's talk about it. That's why the whole reason I wanted to start doing this. It's like we don't get to typically talk about this stuff in our day-to-day with other people. Hopefully, that's what another thing I'd like to people to understand is like it's okay to talk about shit like this. You know, we got fucking issues. You got fucking issues.
It's me.
Jared's got a lot more than most.
Not gonna deny that.
Nah, he's carrying the weight of 13 children on his shoulders.
Should make it 16, buddy, and round it off.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't know how many kids you got, but it seems like a fucking lot.
Hey, man, shit, if you get 2 that's wild as fuck, it equals 20.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I definitely think it comes down. I've seen one of my sister's kids literally just, it looks like
is that karma?
dragging her through the mud.
Probably.
Is that karma?
Just being willy-nilly out
say
here.
that. I don't welcome that. That's
You're like, I don't breathe. Don't let that shit come into my space.
Yeah. I don't know, man. My parents.
I don't know. My buddy was a whore, and he had a daughter. So it's
telling you, man, that what Nas say in the song. He said, like the cruelest and something heartbreakers in the world. God gets his back. He makes us have precious little girls. And I tell you, bro, like it changed my perspective on a lot of things once I seen that little girl. Said, all right, time to straighten up, Jared. Like get this one right, man. So I agree. My parents used to fuck me up. I feel like they said some shit like, yo, everything you doing to us, just wait till you have kids. God damn it, if ain't all of that shit happened 10 times over. I'm like, man, y'all cursed me.
No, that's the whole point of like parenting, right? Like you're not trying to live by their example, but change and better them. Like you're learning from their example on what maybe not to do.
Yeah,
because it's a learning experience. Like nobody really knows what the fuck to do, especially generations before us. They had no fucking idea, and they're just winging it.
As sad as I get when I do speak about the family dynamic,
you had it pretty good.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I can put stuff into spaces and say, like, man, at times they were just doing what they were taught and doing, what they felt was best. And also doing what they, what I'm saying, thought was right.
You're doing all right for like, I mean, you had it pretty good. Let's be real. Like,
straight up.
I had it pretty good. I don't know. Gina
did not. But her mom's still around, so that's pretty good. There's people with like no parents.
Yeah, don't have no family, grew up in the foster care system. Yeah, bro. Like, so I'll
fucked
never
up
be
aunts, fucked up uncles.
Had shit happen to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so my trauma, bro, I'll never compare like traumas to people who had some like shit
I'm not
that
comparing
I couldn't
it
imagine.
either.
No, I'm just
saying,
talking
like,
for myself.
As a whole, you have it pretty good. But it's okay to be, and that's okay. But you're working on
changing that perspective and like what I didn't like.
Yeah, you're working on yourself and your emotions,
right?
Which most people never get to fucking do.
That's what I was gonna bring. It's like I've run into so many people like when I break things down based on recovery. They're like, "Wow, I wish the average person knew to examine." Or
people would call us emotionally intelligent,
right. To now know, but you know, we went through these steps. We went through this self-examination, sitting
We
down,
did the work, yo.
humbling ourselves, you know, changing our perspective, having accountability, and all of these things factor into something that the average person never goes.
Like,
I don't know why I think like this. I don't know why I act like this.
That's
They're
right.
Has
not so
opportunity
extreme
here, right?
because
It's
they
like-
can pay their bills and they can, you know, be socially acceptable, if you will. But they never get the time to sit down and say, could it be better? And I think recovery really offers that, where we get the opportunity to sit there and go, all right, what can I do better? How can I challenge myself? And then to watch it start to unfold.
Yeah.
That is a gift. of
It is a
recovery.
huge gift. And Jared, like being a father, has the opportunity to change a lot of the shit that he had growing up. Like, throw some dirt on it. You're
Yeah.
a boy. You're not supposed to talk about your problems, right? Where the whole mental health issue comes back into full circle. You know, you get to, like, teach your son it's okay to talk about his feelings. It's okay to cry.
Word.
If you have an issue, let's talk about it.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to put that burden on you.
Nah.
Because, like, as they grow into adults, they're not emotionally capable to talk to their spouse
About shit.
about
No,
shit.
And they're
Yeah.
losing out on that sense of real intimacy. That's what occurs.
Yeah.
They're stymied from intimacy later
Right.
in life.
I think that's part of, like, you know, the topic chasing too, because if it's one thing that I learned from my addiction, from, you know, the parenting aspect, now in recovery, bro, like, I may not know where my life is heading, right? I may not know exactly what I want out of life. Like, I got complete clarity on certain situations, like certain aspects of it, but I can break down for you exactly what I don't want.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And that, to me, bro, is what speak volumes, man, for anybody that I talk to. You know, if you are thinking about getting sober and in that sober, curious space and you start thinking about life and, well, I don't have direction, I don't know where to go. And it's like, bro, you definitely know what you don't want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Definitely don't
saying?
want to end
Yeah,
up.
let's walk this
X,
down
Y,
a
and
little
Z.
memory lane for you. I'm going to show you some things.
Well, that's also like a constant memory lane, right? It's a constant reason as an addict, they say you relive the past, right? That's why you bring up your shit in these meetings. When people are like, why are you going to do that? It's because we're fucking built different. We
Right.
will forget. Our fucking brains are wired to forget all that shit.
Yeah, dog, I
And throw that-
suppress
yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
Throw that dumb shit out the window, and I don't have a fucking problem. So let's go fucking drink.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
I was made
Sums it
to
up
forget.
perfectly,
Yeah.
Russell.
So it's like the way. I mean, it's yeah.
No, go ahead, talk about it, bro.
It's like we eventually will chase. I don't know. I mean, it goes full circle. It comes back around and around. It's like we have to remind ourselves.
Well, once we get sober, we realize that there's something that we have been pushing down and we have been running away from. And usually that's when, you know, definitely in early recovery, you start to have memories you forgot about. You start to feel guilt or shame over things. You have a
still have that
desire,
shit happen.
right?
Oh,
and you
man.
have the
My hands
desire
get sweaty.
to correct things,
the
make
cringe.
amends, be accountable. And those things are because you've suppressed and you,
And I'm like,
you
push that shit
ran
back.
from these
Push
things.
that shit away.
Yes, that it finally comes to a head where you go, okay, I'm gonna try something new. It's called getting it out of me.
Right.
I'm gonna speak on this, and it's like it's crazy how weirdly unburdening that feels for the first time to
man.
admit you have a problem, or it's freeing. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It was the biggest step, but it's one of those things that it just I didn't realize it was so hard, but so easy at the same time. It's such a contradictory feeling, but the first time to say, you know, this is what's bothering me. I need help. That's step one, you know?
Yeah, so I have been doing the step work because that's probably the one aspect of my recovery that I haven't done completely. So I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Because clearly, you know, when I talk and when those emotions come out, man, it's just so much stuff that, like you were saying, Justin, that I've suppressed over the years that I've never fully dealt with. You know, whether it be some shit that I've done, some shit that I felt, some shit that was done to me, like there's a lot of shit, you know, mentally, man, that I just kind of pushed down
Yeah,
because I was
mean,
used to it. Like, fuck it, let's go get fucked up. Now
Yeah.
it's like, fuck it, keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're at a point in your life where, like, if it happens to you again, like, you're emotionally you have the emotional bandwidth to handle it
Right.
and have the conversation rather than getting in an argument
Mm-hmm.
or maybe get in an argument. But it's like you have to like you're not coming from a place of like irrational,
Right.
being fucked up. Like you hurt my feelings, I'm gonna scream at you.
Right.
You generally hurt my feelings, and I'm fucking sober. So what you said was out of pocket.
Yeah, that's that emotional intelligence shit
Yeah.
though. Like knowing when, you know what I'm saying? Like I got that option being sober.
Yeah.
What sobriety. Sobriety.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that, man. I got like another human being in my brain today. I did some country shit earlier.
Yeah.
Get that out your face. But what sobriety has done for me, it removed excuses as well.
Yes.
It's like to the point of like certain shit I just can't get away with because I'm sober. So the thing removed is like, oh, my bad. I was drunk. I wasn't thinking. Now it's like, nah, I thought about that shit to clarity and I did it. And I can't live with myself on certain aspects. So it's like I can no longer chase that bag neither. Right. I got to be clear and intentional in everything that I do because for real, I want to have the answer for it. I know I don't know is acceptable in some realms, but also that shit really don't do nothing for me when I say I don't know. What you mean you don't know? Like let's figure it out. You dig? So I don't know, man. It's a lot. Like I really enjoy this topic though. Like chasing waterfalls. This was a good segue for the welcome back Gina part.
Thank you.
I want to
Let's close this motherfucker down.
wrap it up with your ode of advice to a person in the chase. We'll start with you. To my right, Gina.
What do you want me to say? What?
Don't chase that high, chase that bag.
Don't go
Oh my God,
chasing
I'm
waterfall.
not.
I like that. That was smooth, bro. Say that again.
Don't chase that high, chase that bag.
Yeah, we're gonna make a record.
And not the fucking
chase
cocaine.
shit.
Not that bag.
Hey, shit.
That morning.
Well, we break it down with like a word of advice to the person listening that's still in that
Yes.
chasing phase.
That it's so exhausting.
Speak into the microphone.
Into
It
your
is
mic,
so,
man.
so
Forgot how to
exhausting.
podcast.
And there is
God
so
damn
much
it, Gina.
pleasure in releasing that chase.
That sounds hella sexual.
It can be.
Ooh, spicy.
Get Aaron on the phone. Your turn, bro.
You're putting her man's name out
She
there.
already said it.
I
I
don't.
did.
I did.
The
I went,
cat is out of the bag.
so
Yo, I only got one headphone.
yeah, now you know how mama.
Crazy, son.
Yeah.
No,
glad.
it sounded.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, y'all. Do this shit to me.
The
be honest-
playback on that is gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna
man.
delete it. That's what's gonna happen. Minute 53. Oh yeah, minute 53. So I'll just leave it at. It's okay to be lost. I'm okay with it. I'm sitting here in no direction, and that's okay. As long as I'm not drinking, as long as I'm not drugging, it's okay. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting myself.
Facts.
I haven't, being able to open up emotionally is something that's what I was chasing, to be honest. Like, to have an emotional bandwidth to be able to deal with all these fucked up thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
because before I wouldn't be able to deal with it when I was drinking,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was how you dealt with it.
Yeah. So chase better than yourself.
Yeah.
Chase anything.
You have to chase of progress.
Yeah. Progression.
Progression. Not perfection, progression.
It never ends.
That for me, don't chase, attract. I am, just speaking for myself, like I'm a firm believer in everything that I want and need out of life. I can attract to me, but I also got to take action on it. The chase does not, depending on what you're after, you know, especially in the addiction realm, the chase don't end well, you know, and that's from one addict to another. Does not end pretty, but you have the ability to stop, you know, in that moment with some help and guidance and support. That's why we say weekly, reach out, talk to a therapist, talk to us, dial 988 for help, and get yourself on the right path. Because once you make that decision and you don't look back, the universe has a funny way of opening doors that you never expected to open. And with that being said, Justin and I finally don't have to do Gina's exit, so I'm going to allow you to do that, ma'am.
Bye.
Hell yeah.